This abandoned boat hasn't seen a wash in 12 years. Today, I'm giving it a thorough cleaning, walking you through its current condition, and sharing my restoration plans. If you're thinking about starting your own project, this series will give you the confidence and guidance to make it happen. Let's get started.
What's up, everybody? I got a special video for you today. We got Operation Mockingbird. So I picked up a 1978 Seacraft Sceptre, and I'm gonna be restoring this boat on the channel. For those of you that don't know, I restored a 1985 Grady White. It serves our purpose. We put a brand new Suzuki on there. I'll put some pictures up here so you guys can take a look at them. But the more that I boat, and the more that I like doing the things that I like to do, things like camping, things like spearfishing. The Grady is a great boat, but I need something that's gonna ride a little bit better. This is a 1978 Potter-built Seacraft. These hulls are very sought after. They're very good riding hulls. When they're restored, they hold their value, and they're just known for being very good boats. There's a reason why I chose this boat, not just because it has a cabin. I wanted something a little bit more protected from the elements than my walk around. I wanted a boat that I can trailer myself. Luckily, we've partnered with FGCI, and they're going to be providing us with all the things to build this project. I talked to Laz over at FGCI. He's thrilled with the idea, and that's because just like they want me to succeed, they want you guys to succeed as well. I've used FGCI on the Grady White when I restored it, and I'll be using FGCI products on this Seacraft as well. On this boat, I'm gonna do a breakdown every week of how much everything costs. Even though I don't pay for the materials, I do get a list of how much everything costs, so you guys have an idea of what this project is in. I got this boat for $1,000 with trailer included. Most of these models that you see are way more than that and in worse condition. So I got very lucky with this gentleman. Eric is a super nice guy who sold me the boat, and he was very generous in giving me this boat for $1,000. It was a perfect match, a perfect fit for the channel. You know, this is the boat that I wanted, and everything just fell into place when it needed to. So Eric, thank you very much. This boat is going to be going to a good home, I promise. I'm gonna build this thing back up, and it's going to look better than ever. You'll see. Now that we have the boat nice and cleaned up, I'm gonna go over the boat and just do a quick walkthrough of everything that I got for $1,000. And we're gonna start here at the trailer, and the trailer is a galvanized 2-axle trailer. This is a heavy duty trailer. The gentleman was telling me that this is meant to hold up to 10,000 pounds or something like that, which is overkill for this type of boat, but it's not in the best shape, it's not in the worst shape. The actual galvanized trailer is actually really good. This got these old style hub, and they held up all the way over here. I drove up 50 miles with these old tires, 10-ply tires, and they held up with no problem. The bearings weren't even warm. The model is a Sceptre. It's got the cuddy cabin, and they make a couple different models that look like this. This particular model has the transom enclosed, right, which is great for what I wanted. I wanted an enclosed transom boat. It's safer. I can put a bracket, so that's going to be awesome for diving. And I plan on getting the 250 Suzuki off of the Grady White and putting it on this one. So this particular boat came with no motors. It did have the OMCC drives, which is great. It's just less things that I have to fix or less things that I have to modify. So it's a clear deck. If you know anything about Seacraft, the variable dead rise hull is pretty amazing. Tried and true. These boats ride really great. The boat likes to be ran hard. Trim tabs came with the boat, which is nice. The boat does have bottom paint. I'm gonna be taking off the bottom paint. I'll be sanding that off or blasting it off. I don't know what colors I want, but I'm thinking maybe white with a royal blue, not bottom ablative paint, but that nice, really pretty blue, almost like how Contenders come. Something like that, something like this color blue on the bottom, right? But nice and shiny. Let's climb up and take a look at the interior. Coming into the boat, we're gonna start at the stern. It just opens up so much space. And this is only an 8-foot beam. You know, it's a 3-piece construction boat, so you do get some extra space. So back here, you have a little compartment there, you know, a rod holder there, and then over here, you have another compartment. And then in here, you have access to the transom. So all of this comes down, okay? And as you can tell, that transom is extremely rotted, which is a good thing because it should come out fairly easy, okay? Fairly easy. It's got all the electronic, the wiring, everything is in there. Just put that guy up there, and then we're gonna take a look at what's underneath. Just got the oil cans here, and then we have the 2 batteries. I think he said these batteries are actually real good, or still good, so we're gonna take those out and take all that apart. Fuel tanks. I think these might be stainless steel fuel tanks, and I'm gonna check to see if they're still good. If not, we replace them. Stringers are good. As far as I can tell, they're not delaminated anywhere, but we're gonna have to take the deck out and see. Yeah, so these stringers are foam filled, so there's no wood in those stringers. Let's check out this side. Here's that other tank. So you have I think this is a 20-gallon tank over here. And then some more storage area. What I plan to do is put the deck all the way back up into the wall, so there's a separation. And then I can have this area nice and dry. Maybe mount the generator in there. The gen set, have the intake and exhaust coming out both sides with blowers. This whole deck is gonna be replaced. Everything has to be cut off. I love the fact that it's got these channels back here with these through holes. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna probably cut 2 inches out this way, 2 inches all around, and we're gonna keep that channel, and then I'll replace the deck. I love this huge compartment. I love the fact that I can store things in here. I'll get rid of those 2 oil tanks. Those are for the old C drives. You know, you could put your batteries in there. I can make this, you know, hydraulic and come up on a hinge. I'm thinking about putting a gen set in there, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, so all that needs to come off. This needs to come out. Coming up here to the helm, all the chairs and everything I took out because all this has to come out. This does have hydraulic steering. All of these panels, everything has to come out. We'll get new switches for the trim tabs. All of this is gonna have to be replaced and repaired, and re-cored as well, because all of this is rotted. Okay, which is, that's not a hard job, but it has to be done. This is solid here. This one here, all this needs to be recorded and redone. Okay. Now, as far as the rest of the cabin, there is a toilet, which is gonna come out, but I'm gonna replace it and put a new one in there, a new toilet. The door, there is a door that comes here, but I'm gonna leave this open, which I'm gonna explain in a second why. Up here, all of that bulkhead up there, that false bulkhead for the anchor locker has to be taken out, and I'll take all of that stuff out. All right, real simple cabin, nothing out of this world. It's got all the original gauges, the trim gauges. I could probably get a little bit of money for those things, you know, not anything crazy, but I'm thinking of keeping all this just the way it is, and then just replacing the gauge cluster here. So this boat actually only had 728 hours, which is funny. All right, and then over here, you got a little compartment storage area here. Inside the cabin, you have some storage, and there's some storage in here on both sides. There is not a lot of storage on this boat. So let's take a look up here at the bow. All the bow area is soft, so all that is going to have to be replaced with coring material. I'm going to use the Vinicel for that coring material because I want to make this project as light as possible. Most people get these boats, and what they do is they make them into center consoles. I don't want a center console. I love to camp. I like to be enclosed. So I'm gonna be building a pilot house on this boat. I searched and searched online for pilot house style boats that maybe I can purchase, but everything's just so expensive. Parkers are so expensive. I figured I could build my own. I wanted to build something simple and not spend so much money. I looked online and I found this picture that I'm putting up on the screen. And I only found that picture. I couldn't find out where it was from. I even reverse searched it on Google and I couldn't find out where it came from. I looked and looked, and then I decided to go on the classic Seacraft forum, and I found the pilot house boat, and I found the person that had made this boat. I threw a Hail Mary. I wrote the guy. His name is Bill Hand, super nice guy. He responded the same night on the forum, and we exchanged emails. He originally built 2 of these boats. I'm gonna put the pictures up here. That's the style boat that I want. I want a pilot house boat. I want something that I could go camping in. I want to put AC in it. So if you can see from the pictures, you know, it's a completely enclosed cabin, but the back wall or bulkhead and doors can be removable. So the days that I'm not going camping, I can take that off and I can fish. I can walk easily in and out, back and forth from the helm to the stern without any problems. And when I'm camping, I can have that enclosed. So let me go over some of the things and some of the ideas that I have for this boat. So like I said, I want an AC in this boat. Okay, I want to be able to have it just like if you guys have seen out on the Reefs channel, he's got an AC in his pilot house of his Parker. I want to do something similar. I have a clean slate. I can build a bench here, okay, and I can put an AC unit underneath. And then back here, like I mentioned earlier, I can put my gen set in there, and I can run intake and exhaust with blowers and have them come out of the vents over here on both sides. And I can have AC while I'm running the boat, which would be awesome. This windshield is going to come off, right? And the pilot house walls are going to come up to about here, okay, right about here, which would give me about this much cockpit space, which is sufficient enough for me to fish, to dive, to hang out in the back here, lay out whatever it is that I want to do. I still have plenty of space back here, okay? So the side walls would come to about here. The wall or the door would come to about right here. This means that I have about 3 feet of space between the helm and here to build something, put something in this area. And what I was thinking was some type of cooktop, some type of cabinet where I can put a refrigerator underneath, and I could put like a cooktop up here, and either I build an entire, some type of helm seat where I can sit, or I just build everything separate. I'm not sure how I want to do that. And then on this side, I was thinking that I would really like to sleep when I'm camping on this boat inside the cabin. I really don't want to have to sleep inside the cabin. I'd rather have something where I can just pull out, where you can sleep 2 people on here or 1 person, maybe like some type of cabinet or something where I can pull out and then make a bench, some type of bench or something that I can put out here. And at the same time, whoever's sitting as a co-captain can use it when that is not in use. So that's my idea for that. Again, if you guys have some ideas or you know where I can find something like that or what to build, please write them down in the comments. I also thought about making a 2-bench seat for 2 people, something like what I'm posting up on the screen if I have enough space. It's always nice when you can have your partner sitting next to you. The pilot house will keep not this same exact angle straight as these windshields. It'll be a little bit less, but it'll keep more or less the same idea. It's not going to be straight up and down. It's going to be angled up like this, right? And it'll have 3 windows, and I'm not going to obviously use these. I'm going to put a picture of here of what Bill Hand used on his and where he got his windows from. And if you guys know who can build windows, put it down in the comments. I'm open to all these ideas. I need help from you guys. We're going to have a window on the side here, and then a window on the side here. You got your 3 windows up there, and then back here we're going to have that big area that's either going to be open or it's going to look just like this. I might even put isinglass. I don't know, that might be easier. I don't know if it's even more expensive. Bill was telling me that he built his using PVC board and the polycarbonate material for the glass. I would like to put a windlass up in the front as well, since this will be enclosed, and I'd like to put a hatch, a big hatch up there that I can access the anchor from instead of having to go through the walk around up here. So yeah, so that's my idea. I wanted to keep this open so everything could be stored in here and not have to open anything up. Just keep it just the way it is. Nice and open with the toilet inside the cabin. Those of you that don't know, I redid my 1985 Grady White. I did the stringers, the transom, everything was done on that boat, and that's what I'm currently using to boat with. Once I am done with this boat, I'm gonna put that motor, the Suzuki 250, on this Seacraft, and that should make that boat, you know, run 45, 46 miles an hour, which is very similar to what the Grady was running, but this boat rides a lot better. And the next time that you see this boat, we're gonna start ripping off the cap back here because we gotta get to that transom. We're gonna take everything out of this boat. We're gonna start making way on the transom. We're gonna use all composite materials on this boat, and everything is gonna be provided by FGCI, which is a partner of this channel. All the fiberglass supplies that you guys need. Use my code PFB10 to get 10% off. You can call them, they're super knowledgeable. They can help you out with any of your projects. I'd love to hear what your feedback is. If you guys like the idea of building something crazy like this, like a pilot house. I'm very unorthodox. I go against the grain. Any of you Seacraft gurus, please chime in, some tips. I don't know everything. I'm willing to learn, and I love to learn from you guys. You can write me an email, you can write it in the comments. So if you guys like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.